In a world where unseen forces seem to manipulate our lives, we often feel helpless and lost. The paranoia of being stalked, the anxiety of constant observation, and the fear of manipulation can gnaw at our sanity. However, amidst this chaos, there is a beacon of hope. What if I told you there was a way to regain control, to reclaim your peace of mind? Welcome, dear viewer, to our comprehensive guide on defeating gangstalking. Today we're going to delve into the depths of an ancient philosophy that could be your shield against this invisible enemy. Welcome to our journey through the power of Stoicism. Before we dive into the principles and practices of Stoicism, let's take a step back in time and understand the birth of this philosophy. Stoicism was not born in the hallowed halls of an academic institution, but in the bustling marketplace of Athens by a man named Zeno of Citium in the early 3rd century BC. Zeno, a merchant who lost everything in a shipwreck, found solace and purpose in philosophy. His teachings, focusing on finding peace within oneself amidst external chaos, quickly resonated with the masses. Stoicism, thus, started its journey not as a highbrow intellectual pursuit, but as a practical guide to dealing with the vicissitudes of life. As we navigate through our modern labyrinth of shadows, perhaps we can find our own path illuminated by the wisdom of Zeno and his followers. Stoicism, though rooted in ancient Greece, has transcended the barriers of time and geography, influencing many notable figures throughout history. From the Stoic slave-turned-philosopher Epictetus, who found freedom in the acceptance of fate, to the wise Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who ruled his vast empire with the principles of Stoicism at heart. This philosophy has found resonance across different strata of society. The renowned philosopher Seneca, too, found solace and strength in Stoicism, guiding his life with its principles amidst the political turmoil of Rome. Each of these figures, bound by the common thread of Stoicism, used its teachings to navigate their lives, carving their own paths through the shadows. As we delve deeper into Stoicism, let's keep these historical figures in mind, understanding how they applied this philosophy in their lives to combat their own versions of shadows and whispers. Do you ever feel as though you're trapped in a labyrinth of shadows and whispers, where every step you take seems to lead you deeper into a maze of uncertainty? Have you ever felt an eerie sense of being watched, as if unseen eyes are observing your every move or manipulated like a puppet on invisible strings? This unsettling feeling can rob you of your peace, leaving you restless and anxious. But what if I told you there's a way out? Perhaps it's time we turn to Stoicism, a philosophy as ancient as the Roman Empire, but as timeless as the human condition. Stoicism, a philosophy that has guided great minds like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, offers wisdom that can act as a beacon of light in the darkest corners of our lives. It empowers us to embrace adversity, to find tranquility in chaos, and to derive peace from understanding what we can and can't control. How about we explore Stoicism together as a key to unlock the door to serenity and bid goodbye to the labyrinth of shadows and whispers? Picture a man by the name of Marcus, a resident of sprawling ancient Rome, resplendent with its towering marble columns and bustling marketplaces. Despite bearing the crown of an emperor, a position of immense power and prestige, he is not safeguarded from the harsh realities of life, the universal human experience. He finds himself ensnared in the grueling clutches of betrayal, as those he once trusted turn their backs on him. Conspiracy lurks in the shadows of his grand palace, whispers of rebellion echoing through its vast corridors. He's subjected to manipulation, reminiscent of the victims of gangstalking in our modern world. These victims, just like Marcus, are tormented by orchestrated efforts to undermine and isolate them, their lives manipulated insidiously by forces. However, in the face of such overwhelming adversity, Marcus does not surrender to despair. Instead, he finds solace and strength in Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that advocates for resilience and emotional fortitude. Stoicism, with its teachings of maintaining equanimity regardless of fortune's whims, becomes his beacon in the storm, guiding him through the tumultuous sea of his trials. Marcus begins to understand that the philosophy of Stoicism goes beyond the common misconception that it's about suppressing emotions or developing an unfeeling stone heart. In fact, the reality of Stoicism is quite the opposite. Stoicism is not about denying one's emotions, but learning to analyze them objectively, treating them as though they are external events rather than internal upheavals. He learns that the central tenet of Stoicism lies in the dichotomy of control. It's about recognizing what facets of life are within his sphere of influence and what things lie beyond it. This understanding doesn't come easy. It demands a considerable shift in perspective. For instance, he comes to the realization that he cannot control the actions of others. He cannot dictate their behavior, cannot control their thoughts, or manipulate their intentions. He can't stop his friend from betraying him, or his boss from undervaluing his efforts. These are aspects of life that are simply beyond his control. However, Marcus discovers that while he can't control others, he certainly can control his own responses. He can choose to react calmly instead of responding with anger. He can decide not to let the negativity of others affect his peace of mind. His perspective, too, is within his control. He can choose to view a setback not as a failure, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. And finally, he realizes that his actions are also within his realm of control. He can choose to act with kindness, even when confronted with hostility, to respond with understanding, even when met with intolerance. In essence, Marcus learns to differentiate between the things he can change and the things he can't, finding serenity in surrendering to the natural flow of life. He embarks on the journey of practicing mindfulness, intentionally bringing his attention to the experiences occurring in the present moment. Instead of being consumed by past regrets or future anxieties, he learns to dwell in the now, feeling each breath as it goes in and out, noticing the sensations in his body and the sounds around him. He cultivates an attitude of gratitude, finding profound joy even in the simplest things around him. Whether it's the early morning sun streaming into his room, the chirping of birds, a hot cup of coffee, or just a kind smile from a stranger, he appreciates every small blessing that life offers. In his pursuit of a virtuous life, he dedicates himself to prioritizing wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. To him, wisdom is not just about gaining knowledge, but also understanding the right way to use it. Courage is not just physical bravery, but also the moral courage to stand up for the truth. Justice is not just about fair treatment, but also about ensuring that fairness prevails in his environment. And temperance is not just about self-restraint, but also about finding a harmonious balance in all aspects of life. Thus, he persistently strives to live a life in alignment with these cardinal virtues above all else. Marcus, through his own journey and experiences, learns to perceive adversity in a completely new light. He begins to see it not as a setback, a hurdle, or an obstacle in his path to success, but as a golden opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Each hardship, every challenge he encounters, he treats like a lesson, a stepping stone to becoming a better version of his own self. As Marcus delves deeper into the philosophy of Stoicism, he begins to see a remarkable transmutation within his own self. The more he applies the principles of Stoicism in his daily life, in his work, in his relationships, the more he finds his inner peace remaining undisturbed, unaffected by the tumult and chaos that often surround him. He learns to separate himself from the turbulence, to remain serene and tranquil even in the midst of a storm. His newfound philosophy serves as his shield, his armor, that protects him from the external world's disordered discord. Marcus finds strength within himself, a mighty fortress, sturdy and unyielding. This internal fortress, built on the solid foundations of Stoic principles, is so strong that no external force, no matter how potent or powerful, can breach its walls. It stands tall and unbroken as a testament to Marcus's inner resilience and his new way of viewing the world. Imagine, dear friends, the incredible strength and tranquility that comes with embracing the power of Stoicism. This ancient philosophy, born in the bustling markets of Athens, is more than just a school of thought. It is a tool that can be molded into an inner armor. This, as resilient as the Roman centurions, equips us to stand tall in the face of adversity. And yes, this includes even the modern-day menace of gangstalking. Let's take, for example, a situation where you're harassed online by a group of anonymous individuals. Rather than allowing this negative experience to pervade your thoughts and consume your life, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our actions, our responses, our emotions. On the contrary, it guides us to let go of what we can't control, like the actions and motivations of others. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to live in the moment, to seize the day as if it were our last. It's like being in a beautiful garden, appreciating the vibrant colors, the gentle rustle of leaves, the sweet essence of flowers, rather than worrying about the storm that may never come. Adding to this, it nudges us to cultivate a profound sense of gratitude. Consider a glass half full or half empty. The Stoic would not only appreciate the glass for being half full, but also express gratitude for the itself and the life-giving liquid it holds. Lastly, it is about striving for virtue, an essential component of Stoicism. Much like the ancient Greeks who pursued arete, or excellence in character, we're reminded to chase virtue in all our actions, whether it's offering a seat to an elderly person on a crowded bus or standing up against injustice at our workplace. This, my dear friends, encapsulates the immense power of Stoicism, a philosophy that continues to guide and inspire us in our quest for a better life. Facing the insurmountable challenge of gangstalking, Stoicism emerges as an unwavering beacon of hope, guiding us through the fog of uncertainty. This ancient philosophy, practiced by masters like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, provides us with the tools to rise above the turbulence, to navigate the constant chaos sown by unrelenting stalkers. Consider the Stoic tenet of focusing on what's within our control. When we are stalked, our privacy is invaded, our every move watched. It's easy to feel trapped, helpless. But Stoicism teaches us to concentrate our energies on our responses, our attitudes, the aspects of life firmly within our grip. Imagine a sturdy tree weathering a violent storm. It might lose a few leaves, perhaps a branch or two, but its roots remain anchored, unyielding. Similarly, Stoicism empowers us to stand firm, clinging to our sense of self, our identity, our roots, even when the gale of gangstalking attempts to tear us down. Finally, Stoicism shows us the path to tranquility, to a calm harbor amidst a tempestuous sea. It's not about escaping the storm, but learning to pass through it, maintaining our peace and equanimity. As Seneca once said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." So, rather than succumbing to the external adversities, we learn to embrace them, transforming them into stepping stones on our journey to inner peace. In the face of gangstalking, Stoicism isn't just a guiding light. It's an unwavering lighthouse, a steadfast companion on our tumultuous journey, illuminating the way towards resilience, reclaiming our identity, and fostering peace amidst the storm. In conclusion, Stoicism is more than just a school of thought. It is a philosophy of resilience, a way of life that pushes us to embrace the ebbs and flows of existence. It beckons us to comprehend and appreciate the dichotomy of control, the understanding that while we have no power over external circumstances, such as the shifting weather or the actions of others, we have absolute control over our attitudes, perceptions, and reactions. For instance, if we examine the realm of sports, a basketball player cannot control if the ball will go into the hoop, but they can control their training, their shooting technique, and their mental preparation. Similarly, in our daily lives, Stoicism advises us to focus on can manage instead of fretting over the uncontrollable. This philosophy also encourages us to live in the present moment, to be wholly engaged with the now. An example of this principle at work could be as simple as savoring a meal, being fully present in conversation, or taking a moment to observe nature a walk. Furthermore, Stoicism promotes the cultivation of gratitude, a practice that can significantly enhance our general well-being and happiness. By appreciating we have rather than yearning for what we don't, we lay the foundation for a content-satisfying life. For example, being grateful for A roof over our heads, the food on our plates, or the support of our loved ones can effectively shift our perspective and create a sense of abundance. Lastly, Stoicism urges us to strive for excellence of character or virtue. This entails developing qualities like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. A dedication to virtue ensures that our actions align with our highest ideals, as seen in the lives of great personalities such as Mahatma Gandhi or Martin Luther King Jr. By actively applying these principles, we can combat like gangstalking, transforming hardships into opportunities for growth. Instead of succumbing to pressure, we can use these obstacles as stepping stones, emerging not only stronger and wiser, but also more resilient. Ultimately, Stoicism equips us with the tools to navigate the complexities of life with grace and fortitude. Thank you all for joining me on this enlightening journey into the heart of Stoicism. If you found any value in this video, whether it was a nugget of wisdom, a glimmer of inspiration, or simply a refreshing diversion from the mundane, I implore you to share it with others in your circle, your friends, family, or anybody else you think could truly benefit from these insights. Perhaps it's a coworker struggling with stress, or a friend looking for personal growth guidance. They too can find solace here. Don't just stop at watching this video. I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Become part of our thriving community of Stoics and seekers of knowledge. By subscribing, you will unlock a trove of further insights into Stoicism, personal growth, resilience, and much more. Every video is a step further on your path to and wisdom. Until we meet again in the next video, I encourage you to stay strong, hold fast to your Stoic principles, especially in the face of adversity. Remember the Stoic mantra: serenity is not the absence of the storm, but peace within it. It's like being in the eye of the hurricane, where everything is calm, although surrounded by chaos. This, my friends, is the essence of Stoicism. So I bid you farewell for now, friends. Continue seeking wisdom, continue growing, and continue to find your calm amidst the storm. See you in our next exploration. Now that you've learned about Stoicism and its power to combat gangstalking, it's time to put these principles into practice. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. As you embark on this journey, remember that Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it is a way of life. It's about understanding your place in the world, accepting the things you cannot change, and focusing on improving the things you can. It's about finding peace within yourself, no matter the circumstances. Start small, perhaps with a morning reflection, contemplating the principles of Stoicism. Try to apply them throughout your day, be it at work, at home, or in your personal relationships. It might be challenging at first, but remember, it's a process of growth and self-discovery. In the face of adversity, remind yourself of the Stoic mantra: serenity is not the absence of the storm, but peace within it. You are the eye of the hurricane, a beacon of calm amidst the chaos. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. Our community is here to support you, to learn with you, and to grow with you. We are all walking this path together, one step at a time. So take that first step. Embrace Stoicism, embrace the journey, and let's walk this path together towards a life of serenity, resilience, and wisdom. See you in our next video, where we will delve deeper into the practical application of Stoic principles.